It's that most wonderful time of the year. It's WrestleMania week. It's right around the corner. It's approaching us this weekend. Festivities have already started, mostly with GCW. But it's coming up on WrestleMania weekend. So it's your boy, the Goo Dude here. And since we are very closely approaching that weekend, I wanted to go and discuss the card, my predictions that might happen, some surprises that might happen, a couple of returns, etc. You can always let me know down in the comments if you agree, disagree with any of my predictions, what you think will happen with any match, any surprises you see happening, any returns, disagree, agree. Hey, it's all for the love of wrestling, right? Let's go and get some discussion started. So first of all, on night one, we have Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio. So on this one, I definitely think that we're going to be seeing Rey and Dragon Lee winning. I mean, we're going to see some high flying going on here from both sides, but yeah, I think Dragon has some momentum still going on, and of course, Rey being Rey, Daddy versus Daddy. Daddy being Daddy, Daddy versus son. We got to see Rey and Dragon Lee winning this one. So we also got Bianca, Naomi, and the newfound Storm, Jade versus Damage Control happening here. So we definitely do have heavy hitters on the side of Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. But I think what's going to happen here is we're going to have some miscommunications that happen on that side of Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. I think Naomi won't really have any miscommunications, but Bianca and Jade probably aren't going to get along too well, and that's where the miscommunications are going to happen. So I think what we're going to see is those miscommunications lead to a win from Damage Control, and those miscommunications also lead to, excuse me, a program and feud starting between Bianca and Jade, which that's going to be a nice clash to see right there. Another thing that's going to be awesome to see here is going to be that six-pack ladder match, because there's some good teams involved in this one, and that's going to be some great stuff to see too. But who I think is going to be winning this one is DIY, and I say that because Ciampa and they had some great matches in NXT, so if they individually have great matches against each other, when you put those two together, which of course they've been together for a while now with DIY, but when you put those two together in the ladder match, I'm sure they're going to be able to make some great things happen. And I think Gargano and Ciampa, I think DIY is going to come out on top in that six-pack ladder match. And another banger, because I know those two are happy to have it. That's their dream match. And WrestleMania, we got Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. On this one, I think, of course, we're going to try to see Sikoa come out. I hope this actually turns into like a street fight, so we can end up seeing Sikoa or somebody try to interfere. Right now, I think it's just supposed to be a standard match, but things can always change here in the World Wrestling Federation. Hopefully it will change into a street fight. I think we'll see Sikoa, and I don't really know who else would be interfering from the Bloodline, as they all have their matches coming up, and then you got ex-Bloodline member Jay there to keep him away anyway. But I think we're going to have Jay being winning on this one, because he's main event Jay. He's got the momentum. Yeet! He'll keep that momentum going on. Yeet! Yeet! And he'll say, no yeet, yeet! And yeah, we're going to have Jay getting that win over Jimmy. And they're going to be so happy about that one. We also got Gunther versus Sammy. And on this one, I think we're going to have Gunther winning. I think it's going to be a good match. But ultimately, what I think is going to happen is we're going to see Gable turning on Sammy. And the reason I think we're going to see that is some type of either jealousy or just the fact that when Sammy qualified, he didn't actually pin Gable's shoulders to the mat. I don't know if that was planned spot or botch, but he didn't really actually pin Gable, and Gable might bring that up, or he might just be jealous and say, Sammy, you don't deserve it. I deserve it. So I think he's going to screw over Sammy and turn on Sammy, and that will be that. But then we also have Ripley versus Lynch. Sorry about that, Ripley guys. I know. Love my Ripley, love my Lynch. But we got Ripley versus Lynch. On this one, I think it's going to be a banger as well. But what I can see here happening here is Ripley retaining. And I think we'll have a Little Miss Bliss return. Or hopefully, because that would be nice. So I think we're going to have a Little Miss Bliss return and a challenge made out to Ripley. And I think we're going to see Little Miss Bliss as a champion again here shortly. That would be sweet. And then, of course, for the big ending to night one, we got The Rock and Reigns versus Seth and Cody. I don't really think that we'll see anybody turning on anybody in this match, because we got to have a setup for night two. So, of course, we could still have Seth turn on Cody, but I don't really see that happening. But who knows? We'll have to see what happens. But I think, of course, we're going to have The Rock and Reigns win night one, because we got to set up where the Bloodline is able to come in and do everything they need to on night two. So I think we're going to have Reigns and Roman come out victors on night one. You know what I would really love to see happen on night one? I'd love to see some Rock and Sock connection. I mean, I have heard that Mankind wants to come back. I know he's not in his preferred shape right now. I don't know how it might or might not be. But yeah, that would be something that would be great to see. They don't have to have really Mankind do anything, but people are already believing that we're going to see Stone Cold show up, which would be awesome. See a Stone Cold Stunner to The Rock, and then Mr. Sacco to Stone Cold. We would take it back in the day, so let's keep it going. Alright, and then on night two, we're going to have the Lashley and Street Profits versus Final Testament. And I've heard somewhere that Lashley and the Street Profits are being referred to as the Pride. Not sure how I like that name. Not going against anything. I just don't really feel that's tough enough of a name for that group. But I think we're definitely going to see some heavy hitting on that end. But since Karrion isn't really pushed favorably, doesn't really have the momentum that would be needed, but definitely people love Lashley. Who doesn't? I'm sure there are people who don't, but who doesn't love some Lashley? And definitely Profits. I think we're going to see the Pride winning there. We're going to see Lashley and the Street Profits coming out as the victors. We also will have LA Knight versus AJ Styles. And man, AJ Styles is definitely already on his return. He was jacked and bigger than ever, but he keeps getting more jacked and bigger, it seems. So I don't know. You can already see some roid rage coming out in the backstage with his clique between Styles and his boys. So I think we're going to see Styles use that roid rage, and he's going to come out the victor in that one. So we also got Logan versus Orton versus Owens. So of course we're going to see on this one Logan try to pull out his annex. His entourage is going to try to come out. The Knuckles are going to try to be involved. But we both know at this point Orton and Owens are definitely all savvy, and they know what's going to happen there, so they're going to prevent this antics and charades from taking place. So I think we're going to see Logan take a stunner, pop up into an RKO, but ultimately we're also going to see Owens go into an RKO out of nowhere, and that will lead Orton for 1, 2, 3, and the new champion there. Boom. Alright, so we're also going to have Io versus Bayley on night 2, and I think on this one, of course, Bayley's going to have to watch her back, because Damage Control will be in better shape since their match was back on night 1 and they won it, so they're going to be like, big egos on damage control. We got this. But I think this is where we might see Charlotte Flair return and try to go ahead and keep damage control from wrecking things. And I think we're gonna have Bailey winning on Io, and I want to see the Hugger myself come back. I love the Hugger. Let's see the Hugger come back. And then we're gonna have Seth versus Drew. So I think on this one, Drew has this one in the bag. But this might be the match where the Money in the Bank cash in tries to happen from Damien. I think Damien is going to try to cash in. It's not going to go according to plan, and he's going to get beat down. But Seth has already been beat down, and it's going to be distracted by the Money in the Bank. And I think this is where Drew just runs across and gives out this Claymore for 1, 2, 3, and takes the championship. And finally, we're going to have the big Reigns versus Cody match. And since we had the Rock and Reigns win in the previous night, we're going to have the Bloodline interfering on this one. So we're going to have all kinds of chaos happening. I think we're going to have Mama Rose Mama Rose showing her ass in the match. Something not truly, riling up, getting ratcheted in the match. And we'll see The Rock come out once again, but I think this time Reigns has it in his head that, hey, Rock has been taking all the spotlight, so I don't like that. I am the tribal chief. I'm the only one. So I think he's actually going to get mad and do something to The Rock, and that's where we're going to see The Rock and Reigns go ahead and become a feud. And the thing, if and when that does happen, The Rock versus Reigns in the solo match, because that doesn't need to be, in my eyes, that does not need to be a title match. So with that distraction happening, I think that's where Cody finishes the story and finally wins for the fireworks and the big finish of the story. Got your boy Cody right here. So yeah, feel free down in the comments, go ahead and down in the comments, leave me what you think about any of the matches. Again, agree, disagree, then hey, I'd love to hear it all. And if you just like what you saw, like what I think, put that like in there as well. And you can definitely always subscribe. I'm at 25 subscribers, and boy, is that's awesome right there. If I can see 1 or 2 more down the line, hey, I'm all for that. I'll be loving it. Hopefully I'll come up with some type of contest here soon for my loving audience, if I have one. Don't be hating too much. But if you do hate, you can hate however much you do. That's what we're all here for. Hey, until next time, it's your boy Goo Dude. Y'all have a great day, and let's all enjoy WrestleMania and all the wrestling that's going on. I'll see y'all next time. Let's enjoy, baby. WrestleMania, it's go time!